Hey guys, so I decided to do a quick remake of Daryl Braithwaite's new song, Love Songs. It's all over Australian radio right now, and I've been hearing it so much that I decided to try and remake the tune. I only remade like the first 1 minute of it, but that's enough to get the gist of how the song's made. I made the instrumental and added, I guess, my best effort of trying to filter out the vocal. There's not really many acapellas or instrumentals out there, so it was a bit difficult. But I guess this is how the vocal is. So there's still a little bit of percussion and pianos in there, but in the context of the mix, I guess, I don't know, sounds alright. That's the best I could do for now. I made this in Audacity. But it sounds pretty bad, so I just decided to leave it out for now. And yeah, so I guess I could get started with showing you guys the first minute of it. So I'll just tick all these in. Alright. Thought it was the end. So that's the first minute. So basically I started this remake with the drums. So the drums are pretty simple. I guess I'll mute that. So it's mainly just like a high-pitched snare with a very quiet hi-hat. So I'll just grab some samples that I have, Just Blaze snare, and I pitched it to try and match the song. And the hi-hat, just pretty quiet decap hi-hat. With the pre-chorus drums, it's just a kick and a snare going together. So this kick I just got from Reddit, I don't know, a few months ago probably. Just a kick with a bit of low end, I guess. And then obviously with the snare builder. And the impact I got from the sample pack. I just cut off the transient bit, and I took this little drop here just from the original song itself. And with the snare build up, you just use the pitch, automated the pitch. So basically here, click here, and create automation clip for the pitch. And with the drop drums, so there was a bit of a variation with the snares. The kick's still the same, but with the snare, I decided to get a different snare. So I got the Oliver one-shot snare. And occasionally I laid it with a couple of tambourine layers. So it creates a bit of variety, and kind of that's what I heard in the original song. In terms of the mixing effects on the drums, let's have a look. Just a bit of, I guess, EQing at the lows. These hi-hat. The hi-hat got a transiting processor and tried to get rid of as much of the attack as I could, because in the original song the hi-hat was very quiet. With the pre-chorus, the kick, a bunch of P controls for side chain, I'll explain later, and I had the same snare. With the drop, I had a drum bus. So with the snare, I added some reverb and some just general EQing. I decided to just get rid of some of the highs because I felt in the original song the snare didn't have that many high frequencies, and a bit of reverb on the snare. Bit of reverb on the tambourine, not a whole lot, and the kick. I guess I just boosted the punch bit here just to give the kick a bit more punch, I guess. Alright, so moving on to, after I did the drums, I moved on to trying to figure out the chords. So the intro chords, so this took me probably the longest to figure out like what the chords were, and lots of experimentation trying to figure out what it was. So the intro chords, I'm going to show you guys here. You want to take a screenshot. And the piano I used was Keyzone Classic. It's a free piano, Steinway piano. And then piano in the drop, I bounced it out because of CPU problems, but I have the piano right here. So the chords are a little bit different in the drop. So the piano is also the Steinway Keyzone Classic piano. Here are the chords. I'm going to copy that down. Relatively difficult for me since I don't know theory, so I had to do a lot of this by ear, and it took quite a long time. Next up is the string. So in the pre-chorus, I heard these like really quiet little like pizzicato, staccato strings. These strings are from Flex. Violin pizzicato, and I added just a bit of reverb on them, just to put them in the back of the mix a little bit. And yeah, so that's the violins in the pre-chorus. The strings in the drop, basically the exact same chords as the chorus piano because I was too lazy, I guess. And the strings are all string sustain from Essential Strings from Flex. I don't really have any other string libraries. I don't really have Contact or anything because it's so expensive. But yeah, I'll also balance that out here because of CPU problems. And yeah, I guess I could do the mixer effects for the strings and the piano. So with the strings, I added no effects. I didn't even forgot to EQ it and stuff. With the piano, Keyzone Classic, I added a bit of reverb. Free convol instead of free reverb, I don't know why. And then stereo shaper just to make the pianos a bit more wider in the mix. So I just lifted these knobs up a little bit. Alright, next I will move on to the sub. So it's just a basic sub from Citrus. I basically just copied down the last note in each chord and just made that the sub. and made it mono, didn't add any effects to it. Oh, I totally forgot to even EQ it. I guess I'll do that right now. There we go. And I added a sidechain. So basically, got the P controller, same thing I do normally. Link this volume fader to the P controller, invert the linear, and click accept. And when you put the kick, you can see the fade is going down as well. And that's the sub bass. And I guess I'll get on to the final bit, which is the pre-drop impact part. So impact and the downlifter. The downlifter really played a big role in providing energy for the drop. So I guess so the downlifter is just something I found either on Splice or just a project file. And I added sidechain as well to that, to the kick, so that's the second P controller. As I explained, same process as the bass, except I just made the sidechain a little bit less, I guess more subtle than the bass. This I just nicked off the original song. This impact, I just got rid of, I guess, that trend. Like that, and added that, and the snare build with the pitch, and yeah. And finally, the one thing I like doing with a few of my tracks is reducing the volume before the drop hits, and then putting it back up to level when the drop hits. I think it creates that like energy contrast. I've seen it being used in a few pop songs that I've heard lately. And yeah, that's basically the basis of the remake. It's not the best remake, but something that I just did last night in a couple of hours, and I enjoyed doing it. So thanks everyone for watching. Please subscribe for more. I usually try and do like Kenny Beats battle content and just remakes or anything that I make, I'll try and upload onto YouTube. So thanks a lot for watching, guys.